Well, welcome everybody, and welcome to the Master Heart family. Every Monday at 1 Eastern, we get together with our spiritual family that we're here just with open hearts. We're here to love each other, support each other. We don't have our committees here. We ask them to step out, at least for a while, if not forever. And in that committee, that little voice that's always chattering, telling us how bad we are and trying to figure it out for us. And of course, they never do give us the right answers. And so we always like to lean towards spirit, if you will, and get all the answers that we need. And so it's just a fun time to be together, share our miracles, the miracles that are happening with us. And then we have a special treat that Archangel Michael has asked to join us and to share some goodies. And so he'll be with us, and I think we'll be flying high with him. And he actually came to me in a dream last night and said he'll be talking about peace. And so we all want peace, and I think peace within us. And so you're going to love this session together. And we always start out first with the good news, with the miracles that are happening, the wonderful things. There's nothing too small to share of good news. That I always say that God can, it doesn't matter if it's a thimble or a castle. God can do it easily either way. And so who wants to share first on some of the miracles happening in their lives? Oh, come on. Think of a miracle. Hey, Deborah. Deborah, you changed outfits.
I did. So I'm going to go to the gym.
Awesome.
Break into this.
Man, you're
Some
living the
beauty.
dream. That's fantastic.
Dr. Hank, you changed outfits as well.
What's that?
You changed outfits as well.
Oh my God, Cash, you're right. I did. Yeah. Archangel Michael said I got to wear my blue because he's getting it on, so I couldn't wear my Halloween my Halloween outfit. Yeah. And happy Halloween, everybody. And well, I'll share a little good news. Starting off that so yesterday I visited my grandchildren, and they're less than a mile away from me, and so I have little Ava. She's 4 years old, and every a time I go over there, she always gives me a present. And I think I've shared with you a few presents. Like she'll give me money, and of course it's not the USD money. It's some play money, whatever. And so I've never really told her that I love rainbows at all. But I did ask Spirit, and I did ask God and all that is. I asked to have yesterday and really every day to have big happy surprises come to me, to have my heart sing. And I would suggest that all of us do that every morning, to ask for big happy surprises, to have your heart sing. So I did yesterday morning, and I walk in, and my little 4-year-old comes up and says, "Grandpa Hank, I made this for you." And so it's this beautiful little picture. The back of it has kind of Grandpa Hank, but it's kind of interesting. She has HAP there, and so she must know that I'm Mr. Happy in our book, Journey to Paradise. And there, Mr. Happy is that guy there on your left, I guess. And but what was interesting? She goes, "Yes, and here's a rainbow." And
Wow.
and I said, "Oh my God, a rainbow. I love rainbows." And she goes, "Do you know the colors of the rainbow, Grandpa?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I do. Do you know what order they're in?" And I said, "I have no idea." And so she rattles off the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. 4-year-old.
Wow.
And there all those the colors are, and there they are in order. And that made my heart sing. That was my big happy surprise, And it's just like when we asked for it, and I could have never made that up. I couldn't have like called their dad, my son, and said, okay, I want, Ava to make a rainbow and come running to me and give it to me and tell me in order of how the order of the seven, and there's seven, seven's a spiritual number, 7 days of the week, 7 archangels, 7 colors to the rainbow. And so 7 is also like when you see 7, and you'll start seeing 7 because you don't have any resistance to it, and because I'm bringing it up, then you'll start seeing 7, and then you'll think about, oh yeah, I love 7. 7 is about life. Okay, 7 days of the week, it's about my life and my ever-growing, bountiful life. And so as we ask for things that we don't have to do the work, that they'll come to us in miraculous and amazing ways. So who else has something to share or something to ask or comments, thoughts about whatever, anything under the sun?
I'll share,
I
Dr.
have some. Go ahead, Cash. Go ahead, Cash.
Okay. So my friend's mom that I've discussed that was battling pancreatic cancer passed away days ago.
Okay.
And on Tuesday, I was sharing with her about the Master Heart family. I said, hey, they're still talking about you. You're inspiring people around the world. And she just lit up. I was excited.
That is
with you guys. And also, Dr. Hank, I wanted to get your input.
Yeah.
I know a question comes up for people that sometimes are in difficult situations, why bad things happen to good people.
Yeah.
Wondering how you would respond to that.
Yeah. So first of all, for all of us to never say that, because like when you said that to me, it was like fingernails on a chalkboard. Vibrationally, it was like, that's what I don't want. Bad things happen to good people. And it's phrases like that mass consciousness has that confuses them. In other words, most of humanity, remember 60,000 thoughts a day, 80% of those are unwanted negative thoughts, and like bad things happen to good people. Well, so now, what is that really telling us? Is that telling me if I'm a bad person, good stuff's going to happen? And then, of course, that wouldn't make sense, right? So now we have confusion. And where God is clarity and provides clarity. And so whenever you hear something that doesn't feel right, just say to yourself, this is what I don't want. And help me to, and a great question is, help me to understand. And so I'm going to help you to understand and, channel the perfect answer on this. So first of all, bad things, there aren't bad things. Okay. Like your friend's mother, she passed away. She transitioned back into the non-physical. I've been there several times in this lifetime, and believe me, it's beautiful there. In fact, most people that have what they call near-death experiences, and you read about them, they go, oh my God, there was this light and it felt so good. And of course, you're with God. It's beautiful. So there's, wouldn't we probably say the baddest thing, if you will, is if I died because of this, like, if I offered my service or product and they'd say no and kill me, the no wouldn't be as bad as, kill me, if you will. So really, there is no bad. It's all a matter of how we perceive it. And when we perceive, and let's stick to that kind of example of being told no, okay, and not dying by it, but that, and so I'm being told no on my service or, whatever, anything from anybody, personally and professionally, and I'm told no, that actually, we look at it as this is God's way of helping us to really understand what we don't want, the no's, and then to help us build the energy to go where God is, because God is in joy and God is where the yeses are. And so the whole sentence is ludicrous. Who made it up? The committee. And so, just a reminder in the committee that's up in your head, this beautiful mahogany table, this beautiful executive chairs around that table, and, it's chattering away at you. And it's trying to take control of your life for your demise. They're conspiring against you. But you have all that is conspiring on your behalf. But if you buy into, because there's no judgment by God, so if you buy into what the committee is saying and saying like, oh, I'm getting a no, I don't like no's, you'll get more no's. That's your prayer, because that's what I'm thinking about. Okay, I can't say I don't want this and not get that, because you're thinking about it. And so all the bad things only happen to good people. The whole sentence is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then people will give you examples. Oh no, look at Christ, he got crucified or whatever. I just got done sharing with you. None of us die. We have eternal life. And so you're going to go to a better place. Like, how cool is that? And then, by the way, that better place takes you to another place that's even better. And with the relationships that you currently have, and that's a whole nother story, not to get into that. And so, but Cash, share with us what do you have an example on where someone said, yeah, because this happened to that person or whatever? Do you have an example of that?
Yeah. So particular someone, they've suffered through multiple losses in their life at a young age.
Yeah.
So in the perspective of other people saying so-and-so has gone through these things that someone at that age shouldn't have gone through.
Yeah.
Why is it fair to them? And it's not right per se.
Right. And so think of the nerve of people to say, I think you started out with that he suffered. Listen, I've had many people that I love transition back into non-physical, and I haven't suffered for 1 second. My mother, my father, my grandparents. Joey, did you want to?
Yeah, can I add something to this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and I watched my parents struggle. You know this, Dr. Hank. I watched them struggle financially. I watched them beat their health up, beat up themselves with health and their relationship with working exhaustively and stuff. And for a long time, I felt like I was a victim because of that. I shouldn't have experienced that. I'd go over a friend's house and they, have money and things like that. And, I remember spending a night at a friend's house and his dad gave us $20 to us to go to Dairy Queen. And in my family, we had to save up to do something like that, and I lived like that for a long time. It just kept flowing and flowing and flowing. But experiencing that put this drive and desire in my heart to do whatever I could do with my life so nobody would ever have to live like that again. And it's really how I've developed my programs and everything that the works I do and things like that. I have an example later on with divorce, and the 19-year divorce. And it was a really miserable divorce. But the gifts that came from that helped me change my life. And then I had a motorcycle accident in Utah at 70 miles an hour. And by all rights, I should be dead. No helmet. I mean, just the way the whole thing happened, I won't go into details, but I walked away from there with opening a door in a whole new way to understanding God. And that led to me actually stepping out of a career in a place I couldn't stand and finally doing what I do today. There hasn't been anything that's happened that hasn't, the gift of it happening, the lesson of it happening has been so huge and life altering. Once I shifted my perception from looking at myself as a victim to looking at the analogy where life happens for me and not to me. And when I do that now, I learn from every one of those things that happen, but we have a choice to do that. We can be stuck in that problem and victims, or we can look for where it's taking us to and I find that when I'm focused that way, it gets me there much, much quicker.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, Joy. That this idea, so back to, oh, this poor boy suffered. Well, you now have introduced suffer. And so right away, I mean, that's unwanted, that we don't want. And, you don't know, I don't know, and you don't know what other people are really thinking or feeling. The only person you know is how you're thinking and feeling. And if you allow a thought like, bad things happen to good people, if you allow that thought, then you're the one that allowed it, and it'll become true for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll provide a confusion for you. And so that boy that might be the happiest, I'm assuming he grew up now, then, happiest man ever. And if he isn't, it's his choice.
If I can go into depth, Dr. Hank.
Yeah.
So my buddy, whose mom just passed, his brother passed away about 7 years ago at the age of 19, unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And then his mom just passed, obviously. And his dad, he knows my faith and where I stand. He just his heart is a little hardened at the time. So I want to know how I could communicate to him, because he lost his wife and his son lost his mom and brother as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, beautiful, and a beautiful question, because that's what we're here, Master Heart Family, to talk about our heart. And so again, the words you're using just aren't accurate on what's going on. Nobody lost anybody unless you believe so. And so they're all fine and well. I did yoga yesterday morning with my mother. Okay, and she's in every cell of my body. She loved yoga, and I invite her in. But if you think they're gone, they're lost, they are. You get to choose. We're the creators of our own experience. But the beauty is the number one thing to do for the dad that is hardest is you pray for him. And that I ask not to have his heart unhardened. I ask for his heart to be open. I ask for his clarity, for him to see the truth, that all is well, and that he has the control to be able to have a long, happy, healthy, wealthy life. And all of this can lead him to a much better life. And we really need to even pull back this onion a little bit deeper and look at what is this misunderstanding of death. And by the way, I have an article I've written on death and misunderstanding death that I'd be happy to send you, and just text me or whatever. And, I'll send you to any of you that, want it, because it'll give you clarity of there is no death. There's eternal life. And then we just move on to the next better place. But here's the key, is that 19-year-old son, oh, what a tragedy, he was only 19. Who are we to decide? Our soul decides for each one of us when we come here and when we leave. And so our soul had what it needed at the time, and at 19, and it doesn't matter if it's a 2-minute-year-old being or, whatever, that they're experiencing the life that they wanted, and our soul makes that determination. And when we really understand the bigger, broader perspective, when we look at it the way that God looks at it, it's a time to rejoice. It's a time to rejoice that your friend's mother transitioning on. Rejoice what? Her life. Her amazing life. She gave life. It's a happy time, the love that she gave to her, the love that is in our heart still for her. So back to the dad. This is the understanding. You want to pray this. You don't want to go to this dad and go puke all over him on, hey, this is how you should believe, because he'll just dig his heels in and say, you don't understand. No. What we want to do, and it's your vibration. So I would go to the dad, but just give him unconditional love and ask for the beautiful opportunities to help him in whatever way that God has a perfect plan. to be able to help that dad through you. And so we just need to show up. You don't need to figure out what should I tell him or none of it. That it'll come. So go to the dad and just say, hey, you were on my mind and you were on my heart. So it comes from heart. And then he feels it, whether he wants to have it guarded or his committee in the way, it doesn't matter. You're touching his heart. Just say, hey, just wanted to come by and say hi. How are you? And you just love him because all of us love to be loved. And you're loving him. He doesn't need his wife. He doesn't need his son. That actually none of us need anybody. It's all within us. And then the kingdom is within us. And the love of God for you is all we need. Now it's fun to have others to share in the love. And that's what we're doing right here and right now. So does that help you, Cash? You don't have to figure it out, man. You just send him love. You send him an open heart. And then maybe go visit him, inspired action, not, oh, gee, I got to go see this guy now. It's inspired, man, I just want to see him. I just want to love him. And then allow the Father to do the work and give you the perfect words. And invite Archangel Gabriel, the angel of communication. I mean, if all of you will please invite anytime you want to say anything to anybody, just invite. All you have to do is ask, and they're there. This loving energy, Archangel Gabriel, will have you the angel of communication. No matter what your committee's thinking, like, they'll do a synopsis and analysis on did you pass or fail on that discussion. Forget all that. You were a wild success, no matter what the committee is saying, or you didn't say this, or forgot to say that one. Just forget, or they responded this way. Forget all that. When you come from love, when you come from heart and lead with heart, all is well, and you will see that you will help those. But what does it do to you if you buy into their committee? And this, only bad people, bad people happen to good people, and these people suffered, and they had one loss after the next loss. It lowers your vibration. You're getting further away from God because you're not thinking about this the way that God is. And it's like, I'm not going there anymore. I'm not going to go to where my beliefs that don't serve me anymore, like they're dead and gone, I mean, I have just an amazing relationship with all kinds of beings that walk this planet before me. Okay. And, most people would say they're dead. None of them are dead. They're all alive and well. In fact, I just had someone that's on this call that actually went to his parents, okay, and let his parents know that he's now in communication with their parents. In other words, his grandparents. And he went to their parents. And I said, that's so beautiful to help the parents realize that their parents didn't leave. They're not gone. And so they're communicating, just like, what Deborah shared, communicating with her grandfather. They're all there for you. I got a technology problem. I call in Steve Jobs. He fixes it every time. Okay? It's like, this is a fun world, guys. Let's lighten up. Let's realize that whenever I'm thinking that I'm feeling bad, whenever I have a thought that makes me feel empty, I'm just not thinking. That's God communicating to me. Thank the Lord. God communicating to me. I'm not thinking like God is, like the divine is, like Spirit is. And so just then ask, how should I think about this? And the thoughts will come. The people will come. The experiences will come. The joy will come. Remember, you're here for 3 reasons. Growth, it's going to happen because this world, we all signed up for it. We are the brave ones. We're the ones that said we want to go into this world and experience this contrast. Everything we want, everything we don't want. Have to have what we don't want to birth what we do want. And this is what we're right in the midst of doing it. We're having new thoughts and new feelings about life, about ourselves, about those that have walked before us, that takes us and takes our thoughts and our energy beyond where it's ever been before. And that creates the eternity into everything. You, me, and all that is. And it's like, wow, we're the ones out there. We're the explorers. I can't wait to get out into this life and go have more fun. And so we're here for growth. we're then also here for more freedom. And see, it's this freedom from the committee, freedom from mass consciousness saying, hey, bad things happen to good people. That's just not true. It's not bad and good. It's wanted and unwanted. And you get to call what you want. And then the prize is joy.
That was beautiful, Dr. Hank. Thank you so much. And, moments after she passed, a few minutes after, the whole family asked if I would pray for them. So gathered around over 20 people, did a prayer, and they were all very appreciative of it. So like you said, just praying and having that high vibration really helps a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome, Cash. And see, you have blessed those people, and you blessed them because you weren't in the minutia of thinking, stuff that you don't want, whatever, that you were at one with God, you prayed, and just like you prayed over the mother and helped her to live longer. So you took her out of the hospital into, you being you and all that is, took her out of the hospital and was able to live longer. And
Even
so
2 days, over 3 months.
Over 3 months. So you helped someone to live over 3 months. That you can do these things and even more. You just did. Oh my God. And so what you've done is you've created the belief for others, all of us, and way other people that you don't understand and that you've impacted on, wow, prayer works. I can create it the way that I want it. And then when the naysayers come and, well, no, she did that. Well, yeah, now the soul, her purpose, one of her purposes at the end to be there for you to come, and you showed up to show the world that, hey, all things are possible. We can have anything that we want, but we have to ask for it. We have to think about it. What are we asking for? What are we thinking about? And when we get mad, angry, feel, whatever, bad, suffering, mourning, and, all that stuff is you'll just get more of it. And so I have a Jewish friend who was going to fight Israel on all this and put it on social media, and he's a leader of his spiritual community, and I told him, I coach with him, and I told him I help him, and I said, don't go down there. Don't protect that school with your children. That you'll just, what you're doing when you protect, you're creating something. God has to give something to protect you from. And it's like, get out of there. And what are you teaching your children? To be afraid when somebody makes a threat that, oh, we're going to go hurt you. Nobody's hurt. Okay, in COVID, I never got COVID. I just never bought into it. They said they didn't have toilet paper. I have pictures of me sitting on literally mountains of Charmin toilet paper. And people come to me and say, hey, can you please get me, some toilet paper? And I'm like, you think I'm the toilet paper guy? No, I'm the creator. And you can create it too. You can get Lysol and, whatever was out of stock. I had all of that. And why? I asked for it. And then I asked for good health. I didn't ask, I don't want COVID, because then I put power in the phone. I asked for good health. Never.
So you're the reason we couldn't find toilet paper during COVID, mister.
Well, that's true too, Joey.
I'm sorry, I just had to blurt that one. I'm done.
Yeah. Actually, where it was is I attracted called a Costco business warehouse. It's not the regular Costco. And I didn't know there were any like that. But just a few miles from me, there was a business that not many other people knew about it. And it was just for businesses, but you could use your regular card in there. There was all the Charmin you wanted in there. There was all the Lysol, everything you wanted in there. And so the only limits that I had is that Costco it would only allow me like one pack of TP or whatever a trip. So I'd make 3 trips in 10 minutes. But you get, I love COVID. I mean, it was beautiful. See, any situation that happens in the outside world, I turn it gold. So there was no traffic. Okay, that I had no lines in restaurants. That it's like, oh my God, I mean, everything was beautiful. I traveled, but I didn't tell anybody because they were all like, ooh, can't be traveling and blah, blah, blah. That we're the attractors. Whatever we're thinking about, we're going to get. So think to yourself, what have I been thinking? Suffering? Loss? Hell, I'm never thinking about that anymore. There's nothing to suffer about. There's nothing loss. And if other people suffer, that's their choice. We get to choose. And remember, I mean, I've been through it. I'm the guy that was paralyzed from my waist down, total operation, couldn't help, and I'd never walk again. And here the anchor says, doing his little dance. Yeah, and I praise the Lord. Hallelujah. And so it's all fun. Life is just a dream. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 like a dream. Yeah, yeah. It's all downstream. But your committee will say, hey, all your goodies are upstream. Let's start working hard. Let's start feeling bad. Let's start sacrificing. Let's start listening to what other people want. Yeah. Good luck pleasing other people. They're changing all the time too. So what you think pleases them today won't. When you please yourself, you'll thrive and the whole world will thrive. Yeah, oh man. Other thoughts, comments? You into Hank or Steve?
Hey, Dr. Hank. Hey, Dr. Hank.
Hey, Becca.
So you'll never believe it, but my truck got totaled last week. And it was the best thing that could have ever happened. And where people think it's really funny when I say it, my truck got totaled, and look, it pulls my house. There's a whole bunch of things that some people could look at it in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
But what I had asked for was for help in my finances, and the whole truck loan just got paid off. That was the best thing ever. I'll love to share more with you later, but it just was a perfect segue in what you're talking about as far as perspective. It's so great. So I'm celebrating the loss of I loved the truck with all of my heart. Sure. And so we'll have a ceremony for midnight.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely what I needed, exactly what I asked for. Yeah. And so I'm celebrating that today. Huge miracle.
That's awesome, Becca. And just how beautiful that is, that to understand that every particle of the universe has a wanted and the unwanted. Every thought, the wanted and the unwanted. Every circumstance and situation like this one, it has the wanted and the unwanted. And you get to choose. And so you have chosen this to look for the wanted. And when you choose that way, your momentum changes from the unwanted facing this way to now you start moving to the wanted. And it's just one step at a time. Just one step at a time. I'm going to look for the good. I'm going to look for the wanted in everyone, in every person. That Uncle Harry that shows up for Thanksgiving, he gets worse every year because you keep on thinking he's bad.
So what was even, as we are turning, as the tide is turning, it is my beautiful, most dearly departed out of her body mother who saw to it that I got her car. And so I went and got it. And it was $3.99. Free car, don't have to. And my mommy, and she is just ever so present there with me in the car. And it keeps on getting better.
It keeps on getting better. You bet. There is no loss, and it's just so wonderful. And you'll see everything has been a blessing. A divorce has, a sickness has been, passing of loved one. You'll see, if you ask to see, we'll show you. And you'll be shown the way, and this is your kingdom, and your kingdom now prospers. Oh, I love that. Nice. Give me that kingdom. Yeah, it's here. It's now. And it prospers, and you get to make the choice. So turn off the news because that won't prosper you. I didn't know anything about Israel other than my Jewish friend tells me about Israel. And I said, okay, well, I send love and well-being to them, but I can't control that. Don't think about things you can't control, and look for the good in everything, and you'll see it. Look for the blessing in everything, and you'll see it. I always kid about my car accident, which an 18-wheeler towing an 18-wheeler totaled my car and totaled my body, and blah blah blah. And one of the what's the wanted out of that? All that pain, all that no movement of your legs. It's helpless. It's lack of freedom. One of the main reasons why we're here, it's for freedom. And I had all these things going, and I just knew that it would lead to something. And if anything, it gave me material, if you will, and it gave me a reason to stand up today and do a little turn, a little dance. I was dancing the tango with Ginny this weekend. And I'm sure any dance person would say that ain't the tango, but it is to me. I make it up the way that I want to, and I don't let my committee judge it at all. That's why all of us, even Joey, is a good singer. Oh, goodness gracious. So, any other thoughts, comments? Hey, let's go now. And Archangel Michael has asked once again to join us, and so and just relax, just let go, don't be judgmental about whatever. Angels is loving energy from God that is there, and so let's go fly with him. And so I would invite all of us to. It's easier to go within as we close our eyes. And the word spirit in the Bible is our breath. And it's the fastest way for us to connect with spirit. And so breathe in deeply. And breathe out, and just say to yourself, relax. Breathe in deeply. And now as you release, let go of the day, let go of whatever has been in your way. Just allow that. Breathe in. And breathe out. And be at ease. Be quiet. And as we breathe in now, breathing in the divine God's breath. And release. Let go. Let God. Feel the oneness with all that is. And we know all we have to do is ask, invite, and we now ask and invite Archangel Michael to come in to our experience. We ask you to come in with your blue light, shining your blue light on us, and we see blue light now, flowing into us. The blue energy, and just feel the beautiful loving energy of Archangel Michael flowing into you. He is the master of manifesting, and we love you so. We ask for your angel dust, your blue angel dust now, to just soak and seep in every pore of our bodies. every thought that we have, and every feeling that we now have. We invite you, man. Come to us, guide us, support us. I bring to you the message of peace. Peace is upon you now. Peace is yours for the asking. To understand the truth rests within you. It is not found in your analytical mind. Honor yourself now from the inside out, and you shall see the beauty of this world. Come fly with me now, and I ask that you raise up out of your seat and begin to float up with magnificent air that God has provided all that we need of. And begin to fly up, going higher and higher, flying above Mother Earth now, going above the clouds. And now look out, and there we are. We're all together, flying, smiling, holding hands in this beautiful circle of love. It's a heart circle that we make. And it's so beautiful. And together with me, Michael, and you divine ones, that we now shall give you clarity. We shall give you the truth. We shall give you peace. As you look down now on Mother Earth, look how beautiful it is. There are no problems. There are no issues. This is a beautiful world. Notice the deep blue, beautiful oceans. It's filled with my energy. Mother Earth is filled with my energy. You have the power to manifest anything. For on this beautiful earth, as you look down at Mother Earth, you see it's the most beautiful planet in all the universe. And we have made it just for you to be able to go out and experience the eternal, to give all of us the eternal, to give us freedom, to give all of us joy. So the world is beautiful, and you get to make the world the way that you want it. I invite you to now hear from this moment on the messages from Spirit that we are giving you, as this will bring you peace. We are always communicating with you, and you now not only listen, but you'll hear. We lead you to this divine place of peace. Be an observer of your thoughts. Be an observer of the outside world. Don't be emotionally attached to it. Be emotionally attached instead to all of us. You can't see us, but you can feel it. You are growing spiritually now. And these things that have happened into your life in the past and currently are taking you to a whole new level, a whole new place of peace and of manifesting anything that you desire. Your dreams are but in your asking and then allow. Focus and attract peace within. Move towards similar-minded people. The Master Heart family. It's a beautiful place to be in your feeling ground, your nourishment, guiding you on this spiritual path of yours that is now lit up for you as you skip along this path, smiling and laughing and enjoying and feeling more freedom and more joy and more peace than you ever have. It's all here. You're asking. Treat people and all things with acceptance. From your past, the people, the circumstances, from the present, the people, circumstances, and now into your future. Acceptance. For you are moving forward now. You are lifting up out of the fall. You're seeing this world now from this perspective as it really is. This beautiful divine place to create all the things that you desire. These are now the times of your life. Be an expression of acceptance. Plant the seeds of love in your thoughts and your feelings in other people in your future, and allow the best to come to you now. It awaits you. Your bright future awaits you. Love now comes to you. Release the analytical mind and go within the kingdom within. Go to this space within you where you know all is well and becoming so much better, so much more clarity, so much more understanding, so much more of allowing what you want in, so much more peace. Spirit is always talking to you. The essence of who you are is always talking to you. We are always talking to you, guiding you, supporting you. Give you the thoughts, the divine thoughts. We will give you the feelings. We will give you your lighted path, all that you want now. Love yourself, and you shall have your freedom. Open up for what can be, and it will be. All comes from the divine, and you come from the divine. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel your divinity ground into yourself. Love yourself. And love space that you fill with love as the door of a new magical life now opens for you and for us together. And we love you so much, dear child. And we want you to have everything that you desire. We love when your dreams come true and we can make all of your dreams come true. Trust us. Believe in us. I know you can't see us, but you can feel us. And feel me right now, my presence in the divine within you now. And know that this is the truth. This is your peace. And I love you forever and ever, support you. And I am Archangel Michael, the archangel manifesting everything you want. And as we begin dancing in this heart shape, holding hands, floating above Mother Earth, this beautiful world with everything we want in it, this beautiful playground for us to have it the way that we want it. We give thanks. We send our love first to ourselves. We send our love to each other. And now together, let us beam our love into Mother Earth and fill it with love. And it's the most powerful energy from God there is, and you have it. And you now give it an endless stream of love to the world, to yourself, and to each other. In this silence, there. And begin now to float down, just drifting, enjoying the loving, feeling so good, literally on top of the world. You get to mold it any way that you want it. Wow. And just float down now, coming closer and closer to this beautiful, beautiful Mother Earth. And float gently into your chair now. Back into this magnificent life with this magnificent world. The Mother Earth, we love you so. We appreciate you for your support, for you supporting us literally in this chair, being there with us, energizing us to be magnets for all that we want. For all of this, we give thanks. So, breathe in. Breathing in everything you desire, all your dreams. And I invite you now back into the room, back into your chair. Open up your eyes and welcome this beautiful life in. How you feeling?
Feeling great, feeling good, feeling
Yeah,
peace.
beautiful. Yeah, feeling peace. Beautiful, Victoria. Beautiful. Yeah. This is what it's all about. It's just absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And so with that, it's our favorite time. It's our favorite time, especially for Joey. You can't hear. Yes, you can. And so it's our sing along with our Master Heart family. And so awaken, sing like children, come as children. And you will see this is just a fun playground for all of us. And so we've invited our hearts in. We've invited
Invited our hearts
in. Yeah, sing like children now. Now it's time for our dreams to begin. Now
Now it's time for our dreams to begin.
we love our Master Heart family.
We love
Our Master Heart family.
As we now walk together merrily. As
We walk together merrily.
we are now leading with heart. We are
now
leading with
leading
heart.
and this is how to live life smart.
This is
how to live life smart.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
Sound off Master Heart family.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
Sound off Master Heart family.
And one last time, sound off our Master Heart family.
Sound off Master Heart family.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now Rachel gets to sing it by herself next week, right?
Oh, Rachel, you lucky girl, it's her first time and she's going like, what have I landed into?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, actually.
Yeah, a slice.
You guys all
of
did
heaven, girl.
beautiful. It was wonderful.
It's a slice of heaven, so enjoy. I love you all and know that everything is going to get even better.
See, it looks like coffee.
Be blessed, everyone.